Okay, so we're back with more Morrowind. Let's go talk to Halinir. I had a feeling it was Skooma in there. Okay, we discovered the mine. So now let's just get out of here.
You there, Outlander. I have a proposition for you.
You are kind to check up on Halinir, but this one is fine. Again, thank you.
You're kind of check up on her, but, well, she's not coming. She was an undercover agent. She urged me to inform on you to the authorities.
What? How could she? Why would she do that? Halinir is no threat to anyone.
What about the skooma you're dealing?
Skooma? No. Halinir does not make skooma. My sister and cousin were both addicts. This one would never make such a thing. I only grow moon sugar, Walker. For personal use, you see. You would not ruin a life over such a thing, would you?
You really don't intend to distribute? That was a huge crop.
Hey, Halinir has huge appetites. A little sugar in the morning to start the day, a little in the evening to soothe the soul. Moon sugar is a beautiful thing, my friend. The Riddlethar's gift to all Khajiit. Is the pursuit of pleasure really so bad?
I guess not. Here are your notes. Your secret's safe with me.
Oh, 100 blessings on you, Walker. It is good to see that not everyone in Vvardenfell is an uptight prude. Please, take this for your trouble.
Okay, so let's retrace our steps. And this was the waste run where we started. And this should be, this is Balmora. So let's retrace our steps and start here at Seyda Neen. So this is the waste shrine where we started. Now let's find out what's going on here.
Lord Vivek, we failed you. Forgive me, Outlander, but I have enough to deal with. I'm just a simple tribunal priest, and the trouble at the Ancestral Tomb was too much for even our buoyant armiger to deal with. I have failed, Lord Vivek, and left a colleague alone at the tomb.
What happened at the tomb?
Lord Vivek sent the three of us to seek guidance at the Andrano Ancestral Tomb. We were attacked when we got there, and our guard was seriously hurt. I barely got her to safety, but we failed to complete the mission Lord Vivek bestowed upon us.
Three of you? You mentioned another priest.
Canon Levoul. He remained behind after we retreated from the tomb. I know he wants to get back inside and ask Lord Vivek's questions, But there's no way he can get past the Daedra, or ask the questions on his own. May the Three grant him wisdom.
I guess I can go to the tomb and help Canon Levul.
Tyson, what's wrong? Someone help!
By the Three! First a wounded armiger, now this!
By dawn and dusk, evil creeps through the shadows of my beloved Vvardenfell. But an outlander arrives to aid my people, just as I have foreseen.
Those words, what do they mean? What happened? Merciful Azura, the Mother Soul spoke through you. It's a miracle!
Okay. I'm pretty sure. So, Azura mentioned that we would be seeing her much, much sooner than perhaps we would have liked. I didn't expect it to be this soon.
Lord Vivec, protect me. That was Azura, the Queen of the Night Sky. And you, she spoke directly to you, Outlander. I'm surprised the Daedric Prince would risk Lord Vivec's wrath to proclaim a prophecy. But she did say you were here to aid us.
What just happened here?
The Daedric Prince Azura possessed that woman and spoke through her. I've heard of such occurrences, of course, but to witness such an event... She said evil creeps through the land. I wonder if it has anything to do with what we saw at the tomb.
Okay, who's Lord Vivec?
You don't know Lord Vivec? One of the living gods of the Dunmeri Tribunal. You must be new to our land, Outlander. But there's no time. Canon Levul remain behind. He needs help if he's going to get inside the tomb and ask Vivec's questions.
So Vivec is a living god?
Yes, one of the god monarchs of Morrowind. He's the warrior poet who lives in a grand palace in Vex City. Lord Vivec sent us on this holy mission to request information from Canon Levul's ancestor. It breaks my heart that I have failed him.
Okay, let's go and okay, so we need to go to the Andrano Ancestral Tomb.
The Daedric Prince...
So I didn't expect to be seeing Azura so soon. I guess she was right.
Those monsters, it's too dangerous. What am I going to do? Did Canon Valasar send you? Oh, she did, didn't she? That means she made it to Seyda Neen. Vivec be praised. Will you help me complete my mission? It would be sacrilege if I don't enter my family's tomb and make Lord Vivec's inquiries.
I'll help you into the tomb and ask your questions.
As the saints declare, the tribunal always provides. We'll need to be cautious, however. Daedra invaded the tomb. Makes it hard to talk to one's ancestors while monsters try to eat you. I'll also need your help when we reach the summoning chamber.
What kind of help?
Take this scroll with Lord Vivec's inquiries. While I summon forth my ancestor spirit and concentrate on maintaining the connection, you must ask the questions. He insists we use the exact phrasing. We can go inside when you're ready.
Okay, let's go.
I've already lost precious time due to the boiled armiger's wounds, but I suppose a few more moments won't make the volcano erupt or the moonlit fall from the sky or anything. What else can I tell you, my friend? Before we go, follow me, but keep an eye out for those Daedra.
Well, we eat Daedra for breakfast, so... not worried about that.
Careful. The creatures attacked as soon as we entered the Hall of Remembrance.
Aren't my Daedric pets supposed to be showing up right now? Doesn't make sense. I thought surely they would be showing up right now. Did you see that as well? It seems now summoning them is instance. That's another change, because previously summoning them took like about a second and a half. So, escort Canon Levoul to the summoning chamber. You can't open this door from this side. Sure. That doesn't really help us. We need to be heading in this direction.
This used to be such a peaceful place. I came here as a young acolyte to meditate.
I'm just surprised. Is there nothing more we can do to increase the speech audio? Seems that's the maximum we're gonna get. We got a recipe, but I have a feeling we already know this recipe. We've seen it already. Increased health recovery by 660 for 35 minutes. Soul-shriven style, let's just learn that. Okay, this is what we get for completing Caldwell Silver. By Sir Caldwell the Undaunted. Yeah, that's you get that for completing Caldwell Silver. Invitation to Morrowind. It says use to add lore to your library. It's been a while since I've actually played Elder Scrolls. For you guys it's been 2 days, but for me it's been like 2 weeks.
Summoning chamber. I'll call forth my ancestor, then you can ask Vex questions.
Hasn't my rest been disturbed enough by those filthy Daedra? Why do you summon me, descendant?
My Lord Vivek has inquiries that only you can answer, my lady. My companion will present them with your permission.
The warrior poet? Very well. Ask Vivek's questions.
Okay, so we have to talk to the ancestral spirit. Okay.
Ask the warrior poet's questions, Outlander.
Lord Vivek asks, the heart of the world, key to ascension. Should I be filled with apprehension?
Ah, Lord Vivek always had a way with words. Tell him to rest assured. The heart remains safe. I wonder why that concerns him. Ask the remaining questions as my time here is short.
Lord Vivek asks, has the enemy of old returned, so devious and bold?
An enemy of old, yes. But not the one that Vivek presumes.
Lord Vivek asks, did Sothasil in his unending crusade know our divinity would shrivel and fade?
Sothasil imagined multiple scenarios and contemplated endless solutions. He even experimented with his divinity, drawing energy to study before returning it. Loss will come, he foresaw, but not until the collapse of the temple. Now, back to sleep.
I hope that's what Lord Vivek needed. Let's talk outside.
Okay, that's interesting, because I remember saying I wanted to track down Sothasil. And it looks like I'm gonna get a chance to meet him. So that's exciting.
Thank you for helping me complete my task. Now, I need to return to Vex City. Have you been there? It's amazing. Ziggurats rising out of the water, the moonlit hanging in the sky above. You should meet me there so I can introduce you to Lord Vivek.
Did you understand what your ancestor told us?
Just between us, I understood neither the questions asked nor the answers received. Not that I expected to. Some things aren't meant for mortal minds. That's another reason for you to come to Vex City, to help me explain what my ancestors said.
Okay, I can help recount what happened here.
Excellent. I just need to make a quick stop in Seyda Neen to check on my original traveling companions. When you get to Vex City, head right to the palace and I'll meet you there. I know that Lord Vivek will want to reward you for assisting me.
Okay, I'll meet you in Vex City.
I'll be along shortly. When you get to Vex City, head directly for Lord Vivek's palace. Once there, I'll make introductions and you can tell the warrior poet everything we've learned.
Okay, so we're gonna get to meet Vivek. So we have to enter Vivek's palace. Let's take a look at the map and see where that is. Down there. First things first, is there a, there has to be a horse barn near here, right? No? Apparently not. So we cannot get our horse upgrade yet. Teleno.
There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me?
Let's see. Provisioning, enchanting, alchemy. I'm pretty good in all of those. Actually, I'm gonna look into all skills now. I'm gonna have to upgrade our enchanting. I'm gonna have to. No, I'll not use alchemy, but I'm gonna look into enchanting as well. Because we're gonna need Yeah, I'm gonna look into enchanting because I'm gonna use every possible thing at our disposal to get our characters strong as we can possibly get them. Because what we're doing with blacksmithing, we can augment with enchanting our armor. Okay, look at this. Let's wait for the textures to load. Yeah, I would really like it if we could add enchanting. It's a very high temple, this place.
Praise Vivek!
Where is the god, quote unquote?
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Oh hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say, I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of the Bull, and let us speak. Canon Level says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend. Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity and pose a simple question. Will you assist us further, Outlander?
What kind of help do you need, Vivek?
I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh perspective. Will you set aside your personal goals for a time and become the eyes and ears of a god?
Of course, we'll help you.
Good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery.
I'm not sure he wants our help, though.
The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in his office, and he'll tell you how to proceed.
Well, when I first arrived, I saw a vision of Azura.
The Daedric Prince? I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain, strange Daedra, and then there's... well, we'll talk more about that when you return.
Okay, what the ancestor said helpful?
Levoul's ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require more information on these matters, hence the need for the Divination Ritual.
Okay. So here's one of the 8, Vivek. Interesting. So let's talk to Archcanon Tarvis. See, Buoyant Armigers by Tarvis, Archcanon of Vivek. Few embody Lord Vivek's spirit of adventure and exploration as proudly as the Boyan Armigers. This military order of the Tribunal Temple serves Lord Vivek with dedication and heroic zeal. Oath bound to emulate the Master of Morrowind's command of the varied arts of personal combat, chivalry, courtesy, and subtle verse, these warrior poets stand as the champions of the temple and Vivek's personal knights errant. They take on specific missions when available and wander the land in search of adventure when nothing else requires their intervention. The Boyan Armigers perform their deeds and noble exploits in the name of Lord Vivek, even while they engage in a friendly rivalry with the more solemn Ordinators. Most members of this knightly order come from the ranks of House Veteran. The noble ideals and sense of adventure match closely with the virtues of the house, so it's not surprising that veterans are drawn to Vivek's service. Take, for example, Elenia Omain, the proud daughter of a House Veteran counselor. She could have found a place as a high-ranking officer in the Veteran military, or as a Veteran representative to another Ebonhat Pact nation. Instead, her daring and love of complex verse led her to join the Boyan Armigers. A favorite of Lord Vivek and an inspiration to her fellow knights errant, Omain visits Vivek Palace often but rarely remains for longer than a day or two at a time. Then it's off on another mission or in search of her own adventure, so that she can add more verses to her ever-expanding ballad of amazing exploits. Nate Omain, fair and pure, came upon some Nixox spore, of quantity immense and order intense. Such offal could only have come from something extremely hostile. The ballad goes on to describe how Elenia Omain encounters her rival and sometimes lover, Ordinator Nisoth, also on the trail of the monstrous Nixox. The two exchange friendly jabs and engage in body innuendos as they make their way into a desolate canyon after tracking the enraged creature's path of destruction. Ordinator Nisoth, with a mighty sword and a weapon to match, was eager to add such a terrible beast to his ever-growing catch. But Knight Omain spoke faster, assaulting the creature with a barrage of banter. Confusing, inspiring, her wit and words ended the threat and averted disaster. Vivek encourages his knights errant to hunt down and eliminate necromancers, blighted creatures, and the assorted champions of dark forces throughout the land. He expects them to remain true to Vivek's ideals while quoting from the warrior poet's writings or crafting their own verse as they seek out adventure. Novice members of the order don the traditional chitin armor of the Dunmeri. In contrast, more renowned knights adorn themselves with more expensive daedric or even glass armor. Whereas the Ordinators stand somber and alert, Vivek's Boyan Armigers leap and bound enthusiastically as they search for adventure. Gushing with ostentatious bravado and dashing flamboyance, the typical member of the order is valiant, fearless, well-read, and a master of verse and rhythm. They revere Lord Vivek, who in turn blesses them with preternatural courage and a flair for dramatic performance. When our Lord Vivek requires agents to complete an important task or deal with an impending threat, he never hesitates to call upon his loyal and faithful Boyan Armigers. Interesting. Okay, let's talk.
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you, but who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first?
Well, he said he needed to perform a divination ritual.
Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now, listen closely. I hate to repeat myself.
Okay.
Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the overseer that Lord Vivek requires the blessing stone. Then bring it to me in the palace.
Okay, we'll go to the unfinished ziggurat, get the blessing stone, and meet you at the palace.
You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy arch-canon of a living god or anything.
Have I offended you in some manner?
Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
What's a blessing stone?
Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing. The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the Divination Ritual.
Can't Vivek perform the ritual without the blessing stone?
If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy.
What does Lord Vivek hope to learn from the Divination Ritual?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vvardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance.
Well, Vivek mentioned Red Mountain and Daedra. Do you think there's a connection?
Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand.
Okay, we'll take care of that. All right now let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online. We'll be seeing in a bit.